I've got the van on the ramp, so I'm just changing the brakes, having a look what it needs for its MOT. Obviously, this is a spare wheel that I had, and it's now bald. So I'm going to put the wheels off here onto the van. Hopefully these go onto there. I know they will on the back, but on the front, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'm going to do some brakes because it needs an MOT, and well, they're dead. Right, before anyone goes, oh my God, you put in second-hand disc and pads on your car. These are a bigger brake, and they came off that white Caddy van I had, and they're literally like brand new. They literally just surface rust because they've been sat for a while. Yeah, caliper, disc, ball joint, they're all like basically new, and these ones are fucking not, apparently. Now I get to have a look in here and see what the situation is. So, there's rear disc and stuff in the car, hopefully some pads. It's got your ram here. Obviously this is your spindle, which does have some camber adjustment on there that I could probably do with. And then, okay. If we wanted to make this ram shorter, we could put that ram through the body because it is side ported, which is right here. There's a lot of pressure on it, so I can't move it. And it just bolts on the bottom like so. If that's what anyone else wanted to know what a ram looks like, it's literally just a coilover with no spring on it. And then same again on the front. It's still sticky underneath here. So I'm gonna, obviously while it's in the air, I'm gonna film it. I'm gonna see what the rams are actually doing when there's no weight on it. Man, those switches are weird. Yeah, lovely. What I'm going to do is I'm going to oil this shaft because I think it's sticky up there and it needs to get oil in there. I'm not quite sure how that'll go in, but yeah, we'll see. Right, well, the prelude looks absolutely awful, but the van looks like a beast, man. These are 15s. Upgrades. These are 14s. Nice. Also, if you want to send me a sticker of some description, they all have made their way onto my ramp. So I'm gonna hopefully try and fill this whole thing up eventually. So yeah. DM me on Instagram if you want to send me a sticker, because that'd be sound. Thank you. Right, so I went to put my grill on the front of the van, and I got this loom. A nice gentleman sent it to me, and yeah, my van is a different loom plug-in, and I was like, okay, fine. I'll get the light down off the shelf, which is here. Here's the light. Here's my old light, which I dropped. I've started pulling the lens out because I looked at the back of this one and manual adjustment aim, and then this one is electric. So it's different. So this is useless to me. So I'm going to try and get the lens off and then pop it onto this one. This one just sort of fell out without any, I could probably do it with one hand. You get the gist. I'm going to probably not try and cut myself. So I'm going to try and put that lens on here. Yeah. Why did I smash this one? What an idiot. Right, that literally took me about a minute to pop that off. The seal really wasn't holding it. And it's got like a clip here and a clip here. Pushed it on, put it in. If it starts misting up and stuff, to be honest, I don't care, because my plan is to try, obviously, get the Morettes on there. But I have an MOT coming up. Well, it needs one now. And yeah, that's not going to cut it. So, winner. Right, new week. new random day in the life. Yeah, let's get on with it. I mentioned it in the last video. We've got this 1.1 litre Fiesta thing. I don't know. Anyway, I'm putting a bolt-in roll cage into it. I just need to make some base plates for the roll cage. Now, it fits good here, fits good here, fits good down there. And the problem is the dash. Now, we wasn't sure if we needed to cut the dash or not, but well, it's clearly very obvious we do, and quite a lot. So yeah, I'm basically gonna have to try and cut it on the edge of here, and obviously through the grill, and yeah, a little bit at a time, I guess. I want to try and keep this edge here because it will keep the shelf's structural integrity. Yeah, obviously needs to come all the way back here. I'm just to make sure whatever is behind there isn't going to get cut up as soon as I start cutting into it. But yeah, it's got quite a lot to go, like potentially like all the way back here, not gonna lie. So yeah, we'll see where this goes, I guess. As you can see, that has got to go all the way back here, and we've still got quite a lot of gap there. So I'm going to cut this up, take this carbon fibre steering wheel out of the way because I don't want to damage it, and I'll tune back in. So I've cut it down there, and that should slot in there, and obviously bend that out of the way, and then hopefully it clears up to here. Maybe I have to recess that with a die grinder. I was thinking I'll do the other side now, but hoping it literally just slots behind there, and we keep the look of the cage there. Well, it's in, kinda. I skipped a couple of steps here. Yeah, I've just bolted it in, really. Obviously, I haven't bolted it all in, just the back bits. The back bits are bolted in here, and then there's a base plate there that I need to weld the nuts onto. I've realised, because I did it up from underneath with an impact gun, if I weld those nuts, I'm not going to be able to get them back out because I can't really get a spanner on here, nor a socket. These were actually M8 bolts that went through here. So I drilled them all out to M10, because see, well, it's like roll cage, you want it to be held in. So I drilled them all out to M10 and realised they don't fit. So I need to get some M10 hardened like Allen key cap heads to go in there, then I'll be able to get them all out fairly easily. I was going to weld a plate on the top of it, but it made sense to just bolt it from underneath, because if I went any higher it would literally push it against the roof, and I didn't want it to do that. So drop it at the back there, and then I need to drop the front in. Obviously got this holding it together because it's really tight. I'm going to bolt the front in, big base plate underneath the front as well, and then I've got to do something about this, which is really, really annoying, because I think this cage is like the wrong shape or something, because that gap is like minimal there, and if you go on that side, it's quite a big gap. Obviously I don't know until the front is bolted down, so I'm going to bolt the front in and then see where the middle sits. But I was supposed to make some little boxes for here, well, something for it to bolt into anyway, and then we can go and finish off and bolt those bits in there. And there is also some bits on the edge there to just bolt in a bit more. But yeah, base plates on there. Obviously the cage goes in there around that edge. I literally struggled to get this in, so hard. Getting these all in there and bolted in there was so hard, and it looked like it needed to come further forward, but in the end it has sat slightly further away from it, but that's fine. The grand scheme of thing sits there quite nicely. If you look at it like this, it's quite good. But yeah, get those base plates in the bottom of the floor there, pull the cage down, and then see where we sit on the middle and go from there. Yeah, I've never actually made a cage or anything like that before. Not a cage, but never put a cage in. But here I am, man of many talents. It's not rocket science really, it's just making some plates up, sandwich it, bolt it in, and then the middle bit is creating a bit of a box, weld that all together and then weld that in. So it's a captive nut because I can't get underneath the middle of it. So I need to make it captive so it can come straight out. But on the plates, you can get straight to them underneath, so you don't need to weld them on the inside anyway. So, got it bolted on there, bolted on there, bolted on down the front. It is level across there, pretty much. Exactly how you'd imagine it to be. It's just that leg is too short. So I've got to build a bigger box on that side, which is super weird. I've missed out loads of stages of this Fiesta. It's not even meant to be like an episode on its own, but it's turning out that way. It's pretty much done now. Cage is in, mounts welded up there, mounts welded to the side there. And now just got to take it out, finish welding those boxes, and then yeah, just touching any bare metal, and call it a day, because that's done. It's literally so tight in there, it's ridiculous. So I'm not looking forward to taking it out, but needs must. I've literally just hoovered it out. I fixed this seat mount the other day, I fixed the crack in the floor the other day. I've just welded all the insides and I've painted underneath it. Made those boxes down there for the bottom of the cage. Same again this side. And yeah, I'm just getting it bolted in now. The plates are down there, they're drying because I've just welded on the back of them and painted them. And yeah, now the putting it back together, tying it up, getting all the seats in, and well, send it out. I think I underestimated how much work it would be just to get this cage mounted properly. Typical me fashion, like I could do anything, blah blah blah. It's just taking a little bit longer than I'd imagined, but it's okay because now I know for next time how long things are going to take. It's in. Oh, I've got a dirty camera. Still dirty. There you go. In, sleeved up there. And obviously bolted in back here. That was a nightmare. Wasn't bolting at all. That was, well, build a cage. It's also bolted in obviously here as well, and at the top there. So yeah, it was an OMP cage. It does say it there, look. But it didn't fit nicely. Like, it was secondhand and it was taken out, and some of it looks a bit homemade. Like these door bars might be homemade, like that. The bracket for that is I don't know, but anyway, this leg was like 20 mil longer than this leg, which is why this box is taller than that one. Don't know why, ever so slightly. It's like the same gap at the top there than it is there as well, so it's like, it's literally just this leg. Weird. But this should stiffen up the car considerably because, well, this car is weak, as I found out. All the metal is very thin on these Fiestas. Yeah, got that just tight in there. I wish I never cut up to here, but sod's law in it. I'll know for next time. Matey didn't care anyway. I think he wants to get rid of the dash eventually or something anyway, he said, so yeah. Cool. Get the seats in, get it out. That's that finished up. Seats all in, door bars in, everything's tightened up. I'll show you from the back side. I would show you from the back, but this car seems to have like 15 different keys, and obviously one of them did work because I had the boot open, but now I, cannot seem to figure it out. There you go. There you go. Obviously, I had to take it had a standard seatbelt in it here, and obviously the cage just there takes away the seatbelt. So I've taken that seatbelt out, so we'll have to get another harness for the passenger side, which should be able to go straight underneath that bar, hopefully. But yeah, everything's all bolted up. Everything looks decent. If it was me, I would put this in the front because, well, it's in the back for no reason. But yeah, caged 1.1 Fiesta. Carbon fiber steering wheel is in. That thing is super light. And obviously the interior light still works. But obviously the mirror is no longer useful at all. So yeah. I wonder how much stiffer that makes the car. Obviously considerably stiffer, but it's not often you get a direct comparison or get the opportunity to, so I'd be interested to see what that's actually like. Yeah. The parts for this car are here. I think sometime next week that'll happen. That will be on the road. Well, not on the road. I should think next week we'll start on that. I can go back on the ramp. Prelude can come off the ramp and go in that corner. And then the Corona can go back up here. As I was editing this video, I realised I didn't actually finish that last sentence. And then I had nothing left for the rest of this video. So yeah, that's the plan. Swap these over, get this in the corner, get this started. Boom. Also, I noticed when editing the video of this, I spoke about putting cap head Allen key bolts in the back because I wouldn't be able to get to them. It turns out that if you use like a shallow wheel socket, I could have got on there, so I didn't need to use those bolts in the end anyway. So that's ready to go tomorrow. Yeah, pretty decent. If you like this video, do all the stuff that makes it engage, because I like it when you do that. But yeah, thank you for watching. It started off as a random video and then it ended up being mainly just work on the Fiesta. So I don't know, a bit different to what I normally do, but I'm sure some of you would have enjoyed it. So yeah, thank you for watching. What I'm gonna do now, I don't know. Every single time I film something, I have no idea what the next plan of action is. And I literally wing in every single hour of the day. So if my videos never make sense, that's because that's just what I'm like, and very spontaneous. Cheers.